You're probably wondering, Andres, what the hell happened to your arm? And I will get to that, you know, in a moment. I just want to sound off on the past 48 hours of my life, which have been kind of different and hectic. And I want there to be some kind of record just in case something even worse happens so that somebody knows, about these things. Okay. Thursday at 4 a.m. in the morning, I take a trip to Mayagüez, which is on the other side of Puerto Rico. If you're from Puerto Rico, you know how far it is. And I go there with the intention of speaking to an ex-classmate of mine who is now a principal in this very prestigious elementary/high school. And I go there with the intention of speaking to her to see if she would hire a friend of mine who wasn't hired on, by his school of choice because of his sexual preference. He's a homosexual, he's gay, and they wouldn't hire him because of that. And naturally, if it were me, I would have taken legal action, but he doesn't want to get into that or whatever, so I respect his decision. But I felt like there was something I could do for him, so I did. I went and spoke to her. I, recommended this guy to her, and she called him up. She interviewed him through Skype. Yeah, they do that nowadays. And she was thrilled with him. She called me back and told me he was great. His chemistry and his attitude towards teaching was would vibe well with the kids. So she hired him. I was really, really, ecstatic about it. And I stayed around in the area because I was hungry and I felt, I might as well get something to eat, maybe watch a movie since I'm already here. And I saw these kids playing in the playground, this weird rocket, with holes where kids would go in and out, etc. It's like really old and probably rusty. And there was this kid who was obviously a little bit too big for that rocket, and he was stuck. But he was stuck in a way that he couldn't get up. His legs were like this, and he couldn't get up because there was no way for him to get up. And if he would have let go of his legs, he would have fallen down, and with the distance, he would have broken his neck and killed himself. So I immediately, as I would, of course, you might ask yourself, Andres, don't these kids have parents? And they probably did. But hey, look at me. I mean, this is what I do. I see somebody in danger or needing help. There I go. So immediately I went in there and I grabbed his arm and, told him to let go of his legs, slowly. And he let go of one leg, but he didn't tell me he was going to let go of the other. So when he did, his entire weight pulled me to inside the rock, not inside the rocket, but my arm was like between the one of the holes. And point is that his entire weight just pulled me down, and it fucked up my shoulder. It was excruciating, but I went back home. I drove like 2 hours until I realized, I can't go home. I need to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, and I have a severely dislocated shoulder. And the doctor told me that I must have been doing my weight work or something, because under normal circumstances, my shoulder would have been on the ground with the kid with that force and at that distance. And the way it was, wedged between the playground thing. Anyway, I will be back to the gym on Monday. I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing my exercises. I've worked too hard. There is no debate about this. It's not gonna happen. So I'm going back to the gym. Period. I'm gonna take my painkillers and go back to the gym. The reason why I'm documenting all this is because I've had two friends, two great guys, who recently said that I don't do enough for others as I used to before. And I look at myself in the mirror as I am right now, and those words resonate, within me. And I'm thinking, I got to shower with one arm right now. I got to drive with one arm. I mean, and thank God it was my left hand, because, without my right hand, I could never throw. And I love baseball, and that would have really sucked. But I can play, video games still. And, you know, I think about this, and I also think about two things that I did these past 2 weeks. One, I donated my Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition to a kid whose mother was hysterical in the GameStop looking for the Pip-Boy edition. I was there looking for some games and a new controller, and she was hysterical. Her son was in one of these walkers, like, the kid from Breaking Bad. Had muscular dystrophy or something. I don't know what he had. And he really wanted it. He looked pretty sad. So I decided to give him, my copy of Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition, and just keep the regular one for myself and give the special edition one to her. I received all the praise in the world. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, who's this guy?" And it was great, but I don't need the Pip-Boy edition to enjoy the game. I'm still gonna play the game. I'm gonna beat the game. I'm gonna destroy it up and down. So it's a difference between not doing something and just being able to do something for somebody to make them smile, even for just that one moment. That's one less moment in their life they're going to be sad. And I did that. And I am proud as fuck that I did that. The second thing is, in these past 2 months, I've been talking to get my dream car, which is a Grand Cherokee with all the features available. $82,000 of car. And I figured, I've seen how my father is, in relation to his health, and how the deteriorating health of my aunt has really taken its toll on him. And I figured I needed to do something. And I took some of the money that I had used for the down payment of the car, took it back, and paid for my nephews to come over for a week next week. My dream car can wait. Seeing my father happy is more important to me. And, a new car isn't going to make me a better man. I'm still going to be the man that I am today, and I will always be the man that I am, no matter what car I drive. Besides, my car's still good. I just wanted this because, dream car, hello? But it's just these three things. I have yet to tell my two friends about them. I can't wait to see them and tell them. And it's because no one else knows about them, and I really wanted to leave like a record just in case something worse happens. Well, somebody would know about these little things and perhaps maybe use them as an example of doing something good for others. Doesn't have to be something great, just something that worthwhile, a sacrifice. And I had the chance to do that, and I did. And I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm proud as fuck that I did them. So anyway, hope this has been of use to anyone out there. If you have the chance to do something special, do it. Believe me, you'll go to bed and you'll feel like $1,000,000. And that's something money can't buy. You guys take care. I'll see you around.